The most difficult part of learning Korean is the honorific. The honorific are an expression to show respect to the counterpart. If the counterpart is older or superior to us, or if they are just starting to know one another and aren't quite familiar with one another, we can employ honorifics. Honorifics have a profound impact on Korean society. If you say 반말, which is the opposite of the honorific, and talking casually to a senior, the aftermath is unpredictable. Korean is not the only language with honorific. It is uncommon for honorific terms to extend beyond the name and title nevertheless. The Korean honorific include the verb, nouns, and other grammar rules. For example, how old are you in Korean? You can say 몇 살이니 to your friend, but 연세가 어떻게 되세요 to your senior or elders. The Korean honorific show that there is a pecking order in Korea. Korean society is highly hierarchical. Generally, age determines the ranking order in Korea. The elder guarantee that they have power over younger people. Age is given a lot of importance in this society, and as a result, the term Korean age is solely used in Korea. So from now on, we can learn the Korean honorific and the pecking order in Korea. The Korean honorific dated back to 2,000 years ago. The most intriguing aspect is that Koreans have not adopted honorific at all throughout the time when China has had a significant impact on Korea. Language defines thoughts. Due to this honorific, individuals were divided into two classes, seniors and juniors. Juniors are afraid to challenge elders. The seniors exploit the honorific to accentuate they were better than the juniors, and they let the juniors obey them. Usually, 양반 class and the intellectuals are the seniors who can use the honorific, and the ordinary people are the opposite. Since the missionary came to Korea in the 19th century, people realized that honorific are used only in Korea. The missionaries who came to Korea to spread Catholicism in Korea felt a sense of disparity toward the honorific, which regulated people's ranking order. The Catholic, which is a myth that holds that all people are basically equal, does not accord with the honorifics. The honorific are solidly sustained until now. Typically, the beneficiaries of honorific are the eldery. Age means the ranking in Korea. In addition to demonstrating their authority, elders don't need to use honorific with their younger counterparts. Because of this, age is very important to Koreans, and Korean society doesn't suit the international age, which is determined by the day of birth. Korean age criteria are the January 1st. For instance, BTS member Jin, who was born on December 4, 1992, is 29 years old in terms of international age, but 31 years old in terms of Korean age. Suga, a member of BTS who was born on March 9, 1993, is 30 years old in Korean age, but 29 years in the international age. In other words, Jin and Suga are friends in terms of age, yet Jin is older than Suga in Korean norms. For your information, friend usually means the same age in Korea. The structure is show being friends for months and being 형 for months, as well as confusion over what to name the counterpart, such as 형, 누나, 오빠, or 언니, may arise as a result of the global age. Also, the weird part of the Korean age is so-called the fast age. The fast age refers to children born in January or February who enter school a year earlier than their age and are 1 year younger than other friends but actually went to school together. For example, a child who was born in January 2001 enters a school with children who were born in 2000. He is practically friends with them even if they aren't born in the same year. The pecking order is frequently broken apart as a result of the genealogy is getting warped caused by this. For instance, even though Minhyuk and Giyeon, who were born in 1993, and Hyungwon was born in 1994, Minhyuk, Hyungwon, and Giyeon, who were all members of Monsta X, are friends. Also, Wonwoo, a former member of Monsta X, was born fast in 1993, so even if Minhyuk and Giyeon were born in 1993, just like Wonho, they call him Hyung. Namely, it is really important for Koreans to distinguish their status on basis of the age, even if it's just a 1 year age gap. Also, there are many ways to determine their pecking order beyond age, such as social status, job, and wealth. Koreans are desperately eager to get social mobility to gain the upper hand. The class system was eliminated, paving the path for everyone to join the upper class, particularly since the Gabolism, the colonial area, and the Korean War. Consequently, there has been tremendous competition among them to elevate their prestige. The fact that Koreans study hard in order to get into prominent institutions is an illustration of their twisted desire. A prestigious university is equal to the pecking order, which implies they could become a beneficiary of the honorifics. The fierce competitiveness is caused by the desire to be respected and not treated with contempt. At the same time, it is also an indicator of how scary it is to have a low social status in Korean society and how ignored it is. Especially in Korea, once the hierarchy is defined, it is virtually impossible for it to be reversed, so even more Koreans want to rise to a higher rank. This culture of honorific resulted in the vertical organization culture. Koreans could never go against the rule and the bosses. They have to follow their bosses' orders without any argument. Also, it makes it difficult for young politicians to come into their own. Actually, the majority of Korean politicians are men in their 15th and 16th. The honorific are unconditionally bad. The honorific let people respect each other and talk respectfully. However, the praise there are people above and people below discourages individuals from speaking freely today. What do you think about the Korean honorific culture? So thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to click the subscribe and the like button.